Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Right, we've got the Lyon preview video coming up for you now. I've been talking to our mate over in Lyon, journalist Hédy Hessin, a great guy, and he's been a big Lyon fan for many years, and journalist, and yeah, he knows quite a bit about football in south of France, and obviously Lyon being a big fan. And so, normal format, we'll fire each other questions and answer each other's questions. Here we go.
My first question for you, Ray. Lyon beat City in September. Were you surprised by this result?
Too damn right I was surprised by the result. Lyon were not in a great vein of form. City were doing all right in the league, and our form looked quite decent. We looked like we'd sort of carried on a bit from last season. I don't think we were as good as last season at that time when we played Lyon, but I thought we should have been comfortable winners. Most Lyon fans, in fact all Lyon fans I spoke to apart from one, expected City to win. Some guys down that were coming up from London, they just said, I hope you don't beat us 5-0. I mean, they were expecting a mauling, and it didn't happen. I mean, I said at the time, Lyon would have to play really well, and City would have to play poorly, and that's what transpired. And I feel as well that we were complacent. We went into that game expecting to win, and you just can't do that. Fortunately, I think that's helped us as the season's gone on, because we've really upped our game, and that complacency seems to have gone, and we're playing with a new vim and vigour and resolution and consistency and a good level.
Considering the Lyon atmosphere in European games, do you think City can struggle in Tuesday's game?
Well, City played many bigger teams than Lyon, probably with as much or a decent level of atmosphere. I mean, we've been over to Liverpool with their famous atmosphere, and all around Europe at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, to name some big clubs. I'm not sure exactly what the atmosphere was like on those days. And we played in Turkey and Russia and all over the place. And our players are big name players, big time players. They should be, and they played all over Europe in big games. So you'd expect them to be able to cope with the atmosphere wherever they go, and the professional players, and really they should be able to shut down most of the atmosphere and the crowd from their game. Having said that, you've got to hear noise, and it's going to really depend what Lyon do and how City play, and what the fans do in the first 10 or 15 minutes. I think that will determine how big a part the fans and the atmosphere at Lyon will play in the game on Tuesday night. But I don't think, after the first 10 or 15 minutes, unless we're losing or we're playing badly, I don't think the crowd will have too much effect.
City are first in the Premier League. They scored 40 goals and conceded only 5 goals. Can you tell us what are City's hopes in the Premier League?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, as I said earlier, ever since the Lyon game, we've really upped our game. Been pragmatic against Liverpool when we had to, could have still won that game, and we've been, rolling over teams. I still don't think we're looking at our best, and it just may be that we're that good, that we don't look good, and we're still battering teams. So what are our chances? Well, right now, you can still say it's a 4-horse race. I mean, Chelsea are fourth, only 7 points behind. They beat City when we go down to their place soon, and they'll be 4 points off City. So, they're not that far behind. Spurs are 5 points behind. Liverpool are 2 points behind. And although City are looking the best team, but quite comfortably the best team right now, anything can happen. You can easily draw, lose a game. Liverpool will be top. Lose a game, Spurs will be, point or two behind. No one's that far behind. So, but I think, as I said, City are quite comfortable with the best team in the league. Doesn't mean you're going to automatically win. Let's not be catching our chickens and getting big-headed about it. We're going to have to keep this level of consistent quality play going for the rest of the season, because I can't see everybody dropping off the way they did last season. I can't see, especially Liverpool and Spurs. I think they'll fight for a long way through the season, all the way to the end. But fingers crossed, I think City will still win it.
My fourth question is about Nabil Fekir. So Nabil is not in the biggest form of his career this season. He left the pitch at all time in the derby on Friday. So which Lyon player do you fear the most tomorrow?
Quite honestly, I never feared Fekir in the first place. I've never really rated it. I've not seen what others see in him, why he's worth 40, 50 million quid, why he's got that sort of rating. I don't understand why Liverpool were so apparently desperate to get him the other season. Maybe it's just because the few games I've seen, he's played against better players and he's just not stood out because they're better than him. Maybe just that they're so good he looked poor. I don't really know. I haven't seen enough of League 1 games in the last season or two to see any really standout performances from him. And I just think he just looks an average player, or maybe a little bit above average. I really don't know. And out of the rest, who do I fear? Quite honestly, right now in the form we're in, I don't fear any of them. You've got with respect, cast off in Jason Denyer in defence. I think he's doing all right for you. Scored a nice header in the derby last Friday night. You've got some decent players. Obviously we're apparently interested in Tongi and Ndombele. But there's no one in that Lyon team right now that I fear, that I think we should fear. I think City are playing a level above what we did last season. And I'd be really surprised if anybody has a massive standout performance for Lyon. We'll have to be playing really poorly for someone to stand out.
We started our Champions League campaign really well, but it's difficult at the moment considering the two draws in the last two games week. So do you think Lyon can qualify for the round of 16?
Well, if they don't, it's entirely their own fault. City are sitting there with 9 points. Lyon have got 6, winning 3 draws. Hoffenheim have got 3, and Shakhtar Donetsk have got 2 points. Now, I think Lyon have thrown away a couple of chances. They drew 2-2 and 3-3 with Hoffenheim, and I really think they should have won at least one of those games, if not 2. And if they'd won at least one of those other games that they've drawn, I think they'd have been sitting quite comfortable and sitting quite pretty. But if they lose tonight, it's going to make it tough because whatever happens in the other game, it's going to go around to the last game because if it's Hoffenheim and Shakhtar tonight, and if Hoffenheim win, they get up to 6 points, and if Lyon lose, I think Hoffenheim will probably leapfrog them because of goal difference, unless it's 1-0, 1-0 or something like that tonight in both games. Then Hoffenheim with a win will jump into second, and their last game is really going to obviously determine whether they get through or not. Now, so Lyon, as I said, they've I think let themselves down a little bit. That great start against City, and that should have been the result that got them through this group. I still think they'll qualify. I expect them to lose tonight, but I expect them to get enough in their last game against Shakhtar to squeeze through. But it could be really, really tough because you can end up with the situation that Shakhtar could beat Hoffenheim. Shakhtar will be sat there with 5 points, and they'll be playing Lyon in a pretty much all or nothing game, winner takes all. That's assuming City beat Hoffenheim at the Etihad Stadium. So there's a lot of permutations. It's still quite up in the air. Obviously, Lyon are still slight favourites. They've got to, really for their sakes, if they can get something out of tonight, if they can get a draw, that'll get them to 7 points. And that will really, really help them and give them a better chance because, to be above Hoffenheim coming into the last group games is going to make potentially a big difference. But as I said, it's their own fault. If they don't qualify, it's their own hard luck. They should have done better in the games where they really should have won.
And my final question, what is your score prediction between Lyon and Manchester City?
Well, I think it really depends how Lyon go for this game. I think they've got to go for it because, if they, I don't like teams playing for a draw, because if you generally play for a draw and play really defensive, you end up losing. Once again, to get something out of this game, Lyon are going to have to play really, really well, and City are going to have to play poorly, and I don't think that's going to happen. Although we're messed around a bit with Bernardo Silva not being available, and obviously Kevin, and a few other injuries we've got. I think Ilkay Gundogan's injured, and Gabi Jesus is injured as well for tonight. So it's going to be, not a makeshift team. I think we'll put a really good team out there, and possibly Phil Foden will start. But quite honestly, I think we should have too much for Lyon, and I'm going to go for tossing up between a 2 and a 3-0 win to City. I'll go for a 3-0 win to City. Question 1. Lyon beat City 2-1 at the Etihad Stadium, and game week 1 of the group stages of the Champions League. How surprised were you with that performance and result, given the form of the two teams going into the game?
Yeah, so we beat you on game week 1, 2-1, and to be honest, I was extremely surprised. I wasn't expecting this result and this game in general. I think Lyon they played really well. They knew how to counter-attack City. The best players of our team did a fantastic job. I'm thinking about Fekir, even Memphis, who missed some chances, but he did a good game in City. I was extremely surprised, and it started well our Champions League campaign.
Question 2. Can Lyon do it again on Tuesday night?
Game week 1 was unreal for us. We weren't expecting this result, and I think it will be extremely difficult on Tuesday. The forms are completely different. Even if we won the derby against Saint-Etienne on Friday, you cannot compare Lyon to City. You are in beast mode at the moment, and we are keep struggling in the game. We make some results, but our style of play is terrible at the moment. We can suffer against poor teams, and imagine what can be against Manchester City. So I don't think Lyon can do it again on Tuesday, and I can see City put us in real damage, and I think it will be very tough for us tomorrow.
Lyon are in the top 4 of Ligue 1 in France. What are your realistic hopes for the league and the Champions League?
First of all, Ligue 1 is really strange because, as you know, Paris, PSG, won the league. They have, I think, 42 points. They won everything, so the league is over, and I'd say we will finish second because we have a top squad. As I said, a lot of good players who can make differences by their own. So I'd say we will finish second in La Ligue 1, and in the Champions League, I think it will depend on Tuesday's game. If we somehow win this game, I don't know how, to be honest. I think it can be good for us to qualify for the round of 16. But if we pick even 1 point, it would be really tough because Hoffenheim are pushing it. and yeah, I can't see us qualify for the round of 16 in the Champions League. I think we will finish third and then go to the Europa League.
Question 4. I can see quite a few big name players leaving Lyon in the summer. How many do you think will leave, and how will Lyon cope next season without them?
Even if we are struggling collectively, um, Lyon have extremely good players technically and physically. We have top European prospects in our squad. I'm thinking obviously of Tanguy Ndombele, the box-to-box midfielder, who gets a lot of interest from big clubs, big European clubs, including Manchester City. I think he will leave for a big amount of money. I can't see Nabil Fekir doing another season with us. He nearly joined Liverpool last summer, so I think it would be his very last season with us. Memphis Depay also is doing a great season, both with Lyon and the Netherlands. So I think he will leave in the summer. And Ferland Mendy, the left back, who got his first international cap with France last week. So yeah, I think Lyon can get a lot of money in the summer for these four players. I'd say around 250 million euros. But I'm confident in our main scout here in Lyon, Florian Maurice, who is doing a fantastic job since he works for Lyon. Yeah, I'm confident that he can bring some promising players from the French leagues or Europe or South America. So yeah, I'm confident. I think Lyon can cope without them by replacing them by interesting and promising players.
Question 5. Kevin De Bruyne is obviously injured for this game. Does that make you happy that he's injured, or would you rather play our best team?
Obviously, it's better for us to play against a City without the main man, Kevin De Bruyne, but it's not enough. Pep Guardiola is back on the pitch too, so and City have a squad of top players in defense, in the midfield, and in attack. Even the goalkeeper is unbelievable. So I think we know De Bruyne will not be here, but it will stay the same for us. I think it's gonna be really tough here in Lyon on Tuesday. So yeah, I think is the fact that he's not available won't affect your team against us at the Groupama Stadium.
Question 6. Which City players do you think will give you the most problems on Tuesday night?
A lot of players. A lot of players. As I said, City have a phenomenal squad. But if I had to pick at least 3 players who can give us most problems on Tuesday, I'd say David Silva, who is in top form. I saw he did some fantastic games in the Champions League a few weeks ago. I'd say Leroy Sané as well, because when he came off the bench against us in September, he brought some danger in our box. So yeah, I think he can give us a lot of problem on Tuesday.
And finally, question 7. Can we get your score prediction, please?
My score prediction, I think I was I gave a 4-1 score prediction on game week 1, and I think it will be the same on Tuesday. City will punish us without no doubt. It's not the same City that we faced on September. Guardiola is back to manage his squad on the pitch. So yeah, I was speaking with my mates about this game, and I said that City can score 3 goals in 20 minutes and end the game like that. So I think it will be a big result for City, and a real correction for us.
Once again, big thank you to Hédy Hessin, our journalist friend over in Lyon, for his great preview of tonight's game. If you're over in Lyon, guys, you know, Andy's there. Sadly, I had a ticket, but family circumstances have dictated that I can't go out to Lyon. It's a big shame. I'd been looking forward to this for several weeks. I had a lot of plans. But life is life. You've got to, you know, take what comes to you and carry on. Fortunately, Andy's out there, and he'll be doing the videos tonight. So if you are out in Lyon, you do see him, just go up to him, you know, make him feel welcome, and get your views across to us, Blues. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, it'd be fantastic if you could do so. Dead easy. Just click on the red button below, hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos come out, and we'll see you around, Blues.